Today we're talking about how to create motivation that really works. Hey, Fred Moore here, time management expert, and as always, bold guy. Motivation that works. That's what we're talking about today. How to create motivation that really actually works. What do you mean motivation doesn't work? Yeah, people say it all the time. Motivation doesn't work. As the grandfather of motivational speakers once said, Zig Ziglar, people say motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we do it daily. Duh. You need to create some motivation that is going to work, that's going to last. Because here's the problem. You can be motivated about something when you set this specific goal, right? You're fired up. You have this goal. All right, this is what I want to do. I'm motivated to get this thing done. Then what happens? Well, goals are soon forgotten, aren't they? Unless you have a daily reminder, unless this goal is something that's really, really pressing, that's on your mind constantly, you're probably not going to be motivated to get this goal of yours done. So what can you do? I don't know. I haven't figured it out. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. No, that's not it. That's not. Of course, there's a couple of things. Two things you can do, specific things that you can do to make this motivation you have work for you. The first thing is be reminded about it daily. Have this motivation in place so that every single day you are reminded about this goal. Now, this could be a goal wall that you have up. It could be a daily thing, an audio thing that you play for yourself, like a, what do you call it? You know, that thing where you're talking to yourself on the phone. You know, just your affirmations. That's the word I'm looking for. Boy, I'm on vacation. My brain's on vacation. I don't know. Affirmations. It could be just something. It could be anything, really. Whatever you want, just have it there so it's reminding you daily about this goal, not only the goal, but the motivation behind the goal. The goal is the end result. This is what you want. The motivation is what's going to drive you to get your goal. Now, this motivation is probably not what you think it's going to be. People think that money is a motivator. Science tells us that no, that's not the case. Money is not a motivator. If it were, then those cash rewards, you know, hey, if you do this, then you're going to get this. If you do this, I'll give you $20. If you do this, it works limitedly, but in the long run, it doesn't really work. Here's the thing. When you're reminded daily about this motivation you have, it's going to push you. It's going to, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Motivate you to get you to your goal. Here's one key thing that you can do with whatever motivation you're using to get you to your goal. One key thing that's going to make sure it's going to last and it's going to work for you. Make this personal. This motivation you have personal. If you can, make it emotional. I'll give you an example in my own life. I had a goal several years ago to go gluten-free and sugar-free in my diet. Gluten-free, sugar-free in my diet. If you're going to try this, I recommend you don't do them both at the same time. Not a happy camper that first month. I was like, my favorite was a honey bun and a sweet iced tea. That was my go-to. Stop at the convenience store, honey bun, sweet iced tea. Yeah, baby. I couldn't have either of those. I knew that if I wanted to keep this goal, if I wanted to achieve this goal of going gluten-free and sugar-free, I needed some powerful motivation. Now the motivation, I want to be healthy, right? I want to live longer. You'd think those would be good motivators. They weren't. I mean, we all know we shouldn't be doing these things, right? This is bad for us. This is I'm smoking. This is unhealthy. But you still do it, don't you? Well, maybe not you. I don't, but maybe you know what I'm talking about. We all do these things that are not good for us, but we keep on doing them. Why? Because it feels good at the moment. Once again, science tells us, by the way, whenever you hear somebody say, science tells us, that means I read it on the internet. Actually, I've done a lot of research into this, and science does tell us that people will do more to avoid pain than they will to gain pleasure. Being healthy is going to give you pleasure, right? You're going to have more energy, you're going to live longer, you're going to look better. But the pain of not having those cookies, the pain of not having that nicotine because you're physically addicted to it, that's greater than the pleasure that you're going to get. That instant gratification kind of a thing. It's a tough thing to overcome. So how do you make it personal? Once again, back to my life. Gluten-free, sugar-free. I knew if I wanted to do that, I needed to have some sort of motivation that was really, really gonna get to the core of my soul. It was gonna be emotional for me. I have it in my brain, in my mind, still to this day. I'm gluten-free. I'm not 100% sugar-free. I did that for a while, but you know. But in my mind, the reason for me not eating as much sweets as I used to, I don't do the sweet tea and the honey bun for sure, is I knew if I maintained my diet, if I didn't cut out the gluten and either cut down on the sugar or eliminate it completely, I knew I was not going to be able to dance at my daughter's wedding. At the time, my daughter was like 5 years old, I think it was. 5 years, yeah, 5, it was quite a while ago. They're 10 and 6 now, I have 2. Yeah, I have double the motivation now, don't I? But see, I knew I was not gonna live long enough to dance at her wedding. I wasn't gonna be physically in shape. I wasn't gonna, I knew in my heart, in my soul, that that was not going to happen. And when I really think about it, I'm not gonna get emotional, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry. It was really emotional for me. Just picturing her dancing with her, not father, or maybe her father-in-law, or I just, not dancing with me. I wasn't going to be there. So having that in my brain, now when I wanted to have the sugar, when I wanted to have the gluten and the honey bun, it wasn't that difficult. I had the perfect motivation to propel me to this goal that I have. Make your motivation personal. Make it emotional. Make it actually mean something. Not just a reward that you're going to get. Yay, I'm going to reward myself and give me. No, make it emotional if you can. Now, obviously, you probably don't want to do this with every single goal that you set, because you're just gonna be an emotional mess. I can't do anything because of what friends said. Yeah. Save it for the big goals, the really important goals. This was an important goal to me. Right? Gluten-free, sugar-free. Doesn't seem like much, but I knew. I tell you, I'll give you a clue. That first month, I lost a bunch of weight. Yeah, just by cutting out the sugar, that probably would have done, but the gluten as well. I feel better. This is not a sermon. I'm not telling you to do this. No, I'm just saying make it personal. All right, I hope this is helping you. Do me a favor, share this video, like, comment on it. Let me know what your motivation is going to be, what this emotional motivation is going to be. Let me know in the comments, and then share this video with all your friends out there, because they'll be able to do so much more. What a concept, do so much more. Yeah. Hey, if you want to get some more time back in your life, check out 5hours.com. There's a video and a PDF on there that's going to help you get at least 5 hours back in your week, probably more, but we'll start with 5 hours for now. Check it out, have fun, go and be motivated.